Just in case something blocks your rear view, you could get in trouble for that. But what I would probably look at, honestly, would be your, sorry, there we go. What I would honestly look at would probably be one of those hand-free devices for your phone camera or for your phone that you can either stick into your air vent, or there are some that actually go into the CD player, and they're really nice because they're stringy and they fit pretty well, and of course they're magnetized. So you can stick the little plate on your phone. Now all of a sudden you've got a really stick magnet and you can do your videos from your car. Now if you're talking about videoing the traffic that you're driving through, then probably a GoPro, where you just mount the camera in the front of the car. And I actually think that they actually have car cameras now that you can purchase for, God, I want to say $100 to $200 roughly, where if you really want to record other people's craziness on the highway. Now remember, you're also on camera for yourself, so if you do something bad and cause the accident, you could be...
No, I'm just thinking because I drive in tracks, so that way I can...
It's a GoPro. GoPro makes that product.
GoPro.
And you can turn it around.
You can turn it around.
Uber
GoPro's,
driver.
Got a nice little fisheye. You're going to have a wide-angle lens. The audio's okay for your car, just like for your phone. Things like that. And yeah, you can do some really amazing video if you're just talking for a couple of minutes here and there. You want to come and sit with us, Leo?
I have to. There's like 3 of us.
Oh, okay.
So we're kind of
Keep the door open because it's a little warm in here.
Well, you can watch them on. You can watch them on Facebook Live.
On Facebook Live. Well, just real quickly, I apologize again for starting a couple of minutes late. Again, I apologize just because I was out in Laguna Hills. I thought our class, and I misread my own calendar. So I apologize.
Well, if you put on your calendar on your phone, you would...
I do have it on my phone. You know what? You can. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, for those of you who don't know who I am, a quick introduction. My name's Anthony. I work here at Orange County Realtors. Been here now, coming up on 17 years. Thank you all very much for the nice welcome. What we're going to go over today in our fun things is video marketing. Okay, this is a big thing here today in real estate industry. I'm going to throw a lot of numbers at you. We're also going to have hopefully maybe a little fun today. So I'm going to ask you all to kind of step out of your comfort zone a little bit today. This class is designed, along with all the other classes, is to be a little bit more hands-on. And what I mean by that is that we'll probably go over for about an hour instructional, and then I'm gearing that hour 2, we get to do a little hands-on. So today's hands-on class will actually get you in front of your own camera, and I want you to record yourself. Now, I know I see a lot of heads, oh, no, I'm not going to do it. This is it, right? The reason why you're here is to begin to do video marketing, to be able to sit down and talk about things and make you the market expert and be able to connect with people. Not every video that you're going to do is going to have you in front of the camera, but one of the more important ones that I think you should do is at least an introduction. Talk for about 1 to 2 minutes, introduce who you are, what company you are, how to get in touch with you, and of course, what's your specialty? You'll be amazed in that 30 seconds to a minute what you can accomplish, okay? And if you were there last Monday at the RE Expo that we hosted, and we had Josh Altman there. Anybody there for that? What was his big thing? Ready, shoot, aim, right?
Yeah.
So, ready, shoot, aim just means you gotta do it. Nobody expects you to be perfect right out of the gate. I don't expect anybody to be perfect right out of the gate, but at least we can at least do it to get over that hump of fear, okay? I don't want anybody to live in any fear today. So we're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of ideas that we're going to throw around today, things like that. And today's class is all about setting up your YouTube channel, okay? That's one of the big things that we're going to do. So if you have your computer device with you, we're going to have you set up, make sure it's set up correctly, so that way you can start posting your videos out there, okay? Now, real quickly, some mind-blowing facts. Currently, right now, 1.9 billion people use YouTube, okay? Over 30 million visitors go on YouTube each and every day. By the way, you don't have to take pictures of this. Everybody will get a copy of this presentation. YouTube is actually the second largest search engine in the world, next to Google. Now, funny enough, Google owns YouTube. So, Google owns #1 and #2 search engines in the world.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
I'm sure we've all been to YouTube at some point in time to look up or watch something on how something is to be done, right? Whether it's like a computer, whether it's a contract, whether it's fixing something in the house. People are doing videos. More than 5 billion videos are watched every single day. 400 hours of video are uploaded every minute. 3.25 billion hours of video are watched on YouTube each and every month. More than 10,000 videos have generated over 1 billion views. And of course, crazy enough, 60% of YouTube users actually watch a video that helped them make a purchase decision, whether, regardless. Now, what are we in the industry of? Buying and selling real estate. So if we've got consumers on YouTube, about almost 70% of them going onto YouTube to watch videos about maybe purchasing a property before they actually make a decision, isn't that important to have something, right? 80% of the users who've watched a video said that it helped them make that actual purchase decision. Right? The way it was done, what it offered, things like that. So we need to start doing these types of things. I'll throw another interesting statistic out there from NAR. Okay? More than 75% of home buyers and even sellers want a video of their property or want a video of a property before they even go see it. But less than 12% of agents do a video for their listings. So less than 12% do video for their listings. So, what does this say? We're not meeting our clients' needs. So this is why we've not got to come out. I know I've been teaching this type of class for close to 4 or 5 years, and it's really, really important that you start doing it. If you're not doing it now, you're behind the curve. So my job is to try to get you up to date on that curve, to get you going, to get your home sold. Demographically, 6 out of 10 people prefer actually watching online videos over TV, okay? In an average month, 8 out of 10 18 to 49-year-olds watch YouTube. Now this is an old statistic that was from 2017, where 47% of users were male, 53% were female. Today, we're at 50-50. Okay? People predict by 2025, more than half the viewers under the age of 32 will no longer subscribe to TV. Right? What's the problem with DirecTV and Cox and Dish Network, right? Cost. Probably averaging about $150 a month that you're paying for 5,000 channels, and you only watch 3 or 4 of them, right?
Right.
$150 a month, multiply that by 12, you're up what? About $3,000 a year in just TV. I can tell you I got rid of my TV subscription 3 years ago when I put those numbers together. Internet, you probably paid maybe what, less than $100 for internet? Now you can stream everything. Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, all those. For pennies compared to what you were spending. I don't know of anybody today that I don't know of a lot of people that still subscribe. Anybody still here have the wired phone in their house that they still pay a phone bill for?
No.
Right? No one, right? We're all progressing. By the way, mobile users, more than 70% of YouTube views come from a mobile device. Mobile users spend on an average 40 minutes minimally watching streamed video. Anybody here get caught into the Facebook video sync? Where you see a video on somebody's post, you click on it, and all of a sudden it goes from that video and immediately uploads to the next, and then the next,
I know,
and
yeah,
then the
that's
next, right?
crazy.
And before you know it, you've spent 3 hours
Watching
on
cat
your
videos.
phone watching videos, cat videos, blooper videos. I know last night, I think my wife and I spent about an hour just watching old bloopers from Friends, right? A session is when you turn on your phone. A lot of people, we notice, are turning on their phones when they're waiting in the line at the grocery store or sitting down at the restaurant. Kids are running around like crazy, right? All of a sudden, mom and dad whip out their tablet, phone device, turn on a video, they all get quiet real quick. Mom and dad don't even have to talk to each other. They whip out their own phones, watch their own TV programs, right? That's the new family model today. So this just basically means that YouTube is the new boob tube of the world. Anybody remember the old term boob tube? What was boob tube, young lady?
Television set.
Television,
Oh,
right? Mom and dad, back in the 70s, 80s, now that I've dated myself, used to sit us down in front of the TV, leave the house for 5, 7, 8, 10 hours, go grocery shopping, do everything. We were just given a bowl of cereal and we were okay. Mobile devices, mobile video is the new boob tube. Kids get lost in this. This is why we all of a sudden have, what? New neuroses, kids getting so addicted to their tech.
Yeah.
So we gotta look at these types of things. But let's look at this all in a positive, because there are so many people watching this, we need to be a part of that. Real quickly, how we can use YouTube for our marketing. We need to create some sort of image of authority, right? Business videos contain your personal business views and experiences. We got to provide that aura of expertise. I know some of you in this room have been in the business for what, 10, 15 years, some of us a little bit longer. We got to let that shine, right? If people are researching not just properties, but people to work with in the purchasing of a property or purchasing of a car or whatever, they do all this research. And how do they judge what's good and what's bad? They want to see, right?
Yeah.
So we got to actually give them good tips like business tips and strategies to get people's attention. We got to provide them help and value, right? Most of us have probably seen it all, done it all, right? Or at least it feels like it. Those of us who are fairly new to the business, right? Anybody here new, like less than a year? How many years for you? About a year? Just a couple of years? You've done some things, so you've got some things to say on what you've experienced, right? Let people know about it, right? We got to build that credibility and trust. We got to entice people, by the way, with more than just the sales pitch. A lot of real estate agents make this mistake. All their videos all day long are just of properties. Here's a house I just listed. Here's an open house I'm about to have. Here's another property. Here's another. It's boring, right? Anybody here like to be pitched to? I know when you go to the broker previews and somebody sits there and starts pitching their services, you all kind of glaze over, right?
Yes.
No different than when we also go shopping. Clothes store, walk in, clerk comes right up and says, "Hi, how you doing? Is there something I can help you with? What are you looking for? What can I help you buy?" What do we all say? Just looking, not right now, and we have them back off. So, we've got to build some sort of rapport. Building rapport builds trust. How do we build rapport? We've got to be able to get them and talk to them a little bit differently, right? We've got to think about other ways of communicating and show engagement. One of the more important engagement tools I think you need to start doing is testimonial videos. It's not just you saying that this person had said this, right? Because anybody can type anything. Ask your clients nowadays, if you're closing escrow, ask them to speak 30 seconds about what you thought about what they thought about your services. And let them speak on it. Hey, I'm so excited that we're closing escrow today. Here's the keys to the house. If you don't mind, I'd like to use you for my video marketing. Would you mind speaking 30 seconds and tell me what you thought about me and my team? And get them to say it. There are going to be things that are going to be on that video that words can hardly ever convey. Right? People are going to see their excitement. They're going to see their emotions. Maybe this client says something that I did uniquely for them. Tony got me qualified with his lender when I only had a 510 FICO score. I never thought I could ever buy a home. Thank you so much for helping me buy my first property since the crash. Right? Now all of a sudden it's not me saying that they're saying this, or I'm not showing them just printed words. They are seeing my client's emotions. That's going to have so much more impact. So think about those types of videos. Anybody here closing escrow anytime soon? One person? Excellent. No one else? Anybody here have clients?
Yeah.
Past clients?
Yeah.
Most everybody? Ask some of your past clients if you don't mind. I like to use you in my video marketing. Okay? By the way, videos are way more engaging than the older forms of media, right? Because people just love enjoying, they really like watching video. Okay? And if they like watching video, this is where we're going to have fun being a little creative. By the way, people can also leave feedback, like they like it, they dislike it, or they'll more than likely comment on it, depending on the video. Now, this is an important feature here. If someone comments on your video, comment back, especially if they ask a question. One of the things that the comment shows is that you're willing to engage and that you're reachable. That's another common problem, right? Just like on social media. If you post something on social media and somebody asks you questions or they comment on it and you never ever respond to it, how do we connect? Yes?
Where do you get the comment? You get it on your phone, or you have to be on your
I can be.
Is
I
there-
can,
are you
when
sharing
I have, if I have my
notification?
YouTube active on my phone, I can get the push notification when someone does leave a comment.
Okay.
Now I can then go in, see the comment, and re-comment it back, like it, dislike it, whatever, right? It's great for videos like instructional videos, like, oh, here's the top 2 things you need to do to prepare to sell a home, right? Now all of a sudden somebody comments, hey, I've done steps 1 and steps 2, what's number 3? Now all of a sudden I tell them what step 3 is, but for more information, give me a call. I put that out there, people now see step 3, now they see my information to want to call me or talk to me, right? So we've got to think about those types of things. It shows that we're willing to engage, we're able to respond, hopefully quickly, and then we give them an excuse to talk to us more about how we can help them. Yes, ma'am.
It's funny that you say that because we have a YouTube channel, and then I share them to all the rest of our social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always used to getting the comments on other social media platforms, and until you said I hadn't realized people are commenting directly on YouTube also.
Mm-hmm.
So now I've made it a point to check there too, because I didn't put my push notifications on. It's like I never want someone to go unanswered, even if it's just thank you so much.
That's good.
And it's like, my gosh, I didn't realize I had to check YouTube also for the posts.
You got to check everything. I know our lives are way busy. See, this is why you also have to have
Excuse me,
assistants.
So is that separate?
Yes, YouTube is a separate platform.
A separate, that you have to
Monitor.
actually keep up
Yeah.
on your screen all the time?
If you're
Yeah. So where does the push notification on your phone come from? That's
it
not-
comes from YouTube.
Comes from YouTube, but
Mhm.
it's different
Then
Than
Facebook.
Than Facebook.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Facebook
Okay.
notifies
Okay,
you
okay.
if you post a video on Facebook
Okay,
or
so
you
the-
do a posting. So
Okay.
that's that platform. Now, if you're doing several social media websites like Instagram, which by the way, you can do video on Instagram.
Yep.
That's actually number 3 in the world for video watches, right? And funny enough, that's owned by Facebook. Okay, so when it comes to social media, number 1 is Facebook, number 2 is YouTube, number 3 is Instagram. So we need to start thinking about our strategies when we decide to start doing our marketing plans. What do I want to do? What do I want to hit? What is it that I want to gain from it? And then how do I maintain it? Yes?
So you could do one video and just post it to these 3?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Hey, why have to generate different brand new content at different places? No. Maybe it's all relevant. Now I'm hitting different audiences. I post my video on my Facebook business page. I post my video on YouTube. I'm going to get different demographics, different pushes, different responses because of who I'm reaching out to. Maybe even on my Instagram.
But it
Maybe they'll
takes-
even re-share it and repost it, which is what Instagram's all about, right? So,
Excuse
all right,
me,
yes.
But it takes too much time, like Facebook and Instagram and all that.
Less than 2 minutes to post to 3 different
No.
websites.
Hmm.
Yeah.
How much money you want? Do you think $10,000, 2
Well,
minutes, 5 minutes, or worth it?
It's, if I have the video, I upload it, and I'll show you how quick it is to upload a video to YouTube. It takes less than 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then when I post it to Facebook, it even takes even faster. So if you take 5 minutes, you can post it to at least the 3 major websites or social media platforms for yourself.
But you have to follow up with the other
So
videos or whatever.
that's part of your social media marketing, right?
Okay.
So if I'm spending about 20 minutes a day going through all my social media to respond and to look at what's going on, guess what I have to do? I have to schedule it, right? Realtors Lives are all about schedule. Don't follow my schedule because I was 5 minutes, 10 minutes late. But your life's all about the schedule. I don't know of anybody in this room that doesn't schedule appointments. If you schedule appointments, your life's all about the schedule. You get into escrow, you have to follow a schedule. You should be the most organized group of people out there. So this is just one area that you have to now fit in. And like I said, this is why at some point we'll have assistants to help us, right? But for right now, if you don't have an assistant, yes, you're right. It can seem like a lot of work in the beginning, and it may seem overwhelming, but let's take a little bit of a chunk at a time. The reason why you're here is that it seems like you want to start to dive in to develop a video marketing strategy and plan to add this in your tool belt and your pipeline to gain business. So that's what we're all about today. Yes, sir.
So previously, we've had speakers in here, and to draw attention to 2 of them, the first guy, they both endorse this, and the first guy hires his own in-house person.
Okay.
Because he's like, I'm just not that good at it, and that's not my highest and best use.
Okay.
And this millennial just whiz is better at it than me, and it's all about delegation.
Mm-hmm.
And the second was a person that's basically contracted out their services and would do it for you, with phone calls and off-site and all that kind of stuff. Can you comment on that? I mean, specifically the services part. Are you aware of like people that you can?
Yeah. If somebody can help you put together the video that you want, by all means, if you can afford it.
I mean,
If you can afford it.
Yeah.
You just don't start doing it and then you realize, oh, I'm overspending and I don't have any money to pay to keep this up. So I always say, do it yourself first. As a matter of fact, videoing is the easiest DIY, do it yourself thing out there that you can do. It may not be great videos right away, right? But you'll improve as you get better at it, right? It's no different than contracts. Anybody here just use a TC right out of the gate? Okay? So now all of a sudden your TC goes on vacation or they decide they want to retire. Do you know the exact procedures and the exact contracts? I got one yes and
Yes.
one no. So this is why we don't have TCs right away, because we are forced to learn it, to understand the procedures. That way we can appreciate when we can hire a TC to take on that load. So for now, we might have to put that load back onto us. We do a few things, we see what works, what doesn't work. That way maybe eventually as we become more and more successful at this, we might have somebody to, hire somebody to be able to do higher quality, different types of videos to enhance my video marketing.
what was your quote? Just hit record, or what was that thing you said earlier?
What?
Your little.
Altman.
Oh, Altman?
Just
Ready,
hit record.
shoot, aim?
Okay, something like
Ready,
that.
shoot, aim.
But
It's
I-
kind of almost the same way with videoing, right? You get ready to do one, you all of a sudden start shooting it, and then you decide, oh gosh, I gotta actually hit the focus. Yes, ma'am.
But I think what he might be referring to for the office, if they're gonna be doing videos of houses, that's.
For sure, if you're a photographer, video of houses is always better by a professional photographer.
I mean-
But
If you can afford it.
if you can
Yeah,
afford
but-
it, and if you can't, we'll go over those ways in class 2 of how to take better photos, how to put together a virtual tour very quickly and easily. And the way we can also put together a virtual tour is also very easy tools for us to actually edit the videos that we are recording, right? So if we're sitting there at an open house and there's not a lot of traffic, we can spend 5-10 minutes to actually record a video, edit it, post it. Either about the house, or about the community, or about us, or whatever's going on, right? You don't have, you know, how many of you actually work in open house and you sat there and did nothing for 4 hours? Even though you said, hey, you know I'm busy, but then you find yourself
70%.
looking at the MLS and you kind of just peruse and you're just like, gosh, I wish I could, I know I should be doing something else. Do a video, right? So those are good opportunities that we need to think about to take advantage of. Now, real quickly here, creating a YouTube channel is super easy. We have several ways of doing this. We can actually go to youtube.com, and if we go over to youtube.com and click on where it says sign in and click, we'll be asked to create a Gmail account. Now, how many of you in this room have a Gmail account already? Guess what? You already have a YouTube channel. Because Google owns YouTube. When you create a Gmail account, you automatically have a YouTube channel created already. But even though it's created, we still have to set it up. We have several things that we need to think about doing or have to do in order to set up our channel properly. Okay? You'll need to customize it. You'll need to upload a picture of yourself, at least, for your channel. Make sure it's an updated photo of yourself. Don't be like some of the board of directors that Tina and I know that still use their photos from 30, 40, 50 years ago, right? This is how people see you today. Have that professional photo done, right? Even in the background image, we're going to talk a little bit about that, because your background image really needs to start to reflect first point of contact. Per DRE requirements, we are required to display and show information correctly to identify us as realtors and with what company we work with or own. Okay? We'll kind of talk about that here in a second. We're going to be able to set up our privacy. Do I want to make my channel public or private? We are going to make our channel public because we want the entire world to know that we're doing videos, to be able to find our videos in a search. And of course, we've got some things that we can do for an unbranded channel, which we'll talk about. But really quickly, I'm going to leave this here in a second, but you're going to have your areas for your profile picture, the background image. Of course, we're going to edit some other things here real quickly. So I'm just going to leave this. And again, Saeed, you don't have to take a picture of this. You will get a copy of this presentation. All right? So here, real quickly, we're just going to go into my Google Chrome. Now, if you've logged into your Gmail, whereby you get to see your profile picture from your Gmail account, we don't have to necessarily go to the website youtube.com right away. Real quickly, if I move my mouse over to these 9 little dots, and let's expand this out so you can see it. If I move my mouse to these 9 little dots over here, these are other applications that are offered to me by Google. If I click on this, here are all my other member benefits for being a Gmail user. If I look here on this list, we have access to YouTube. When I click on YouTube, I'm now going to go to YouTube's website where I can now look up videos, watch videos, training videos, instructional videos, old TV shows that might have gotten posted, or even old movies, right? Now, to modify my channel, you'll notice that back over here towards the top right corner, you'll see my profile picture or your profile picture if you have one. When you click on that, a drop-down list appears and you're going to click on where it says your channel.
Okay.
Now, here when you're defaulted to your channel, this will now give you a list of videos that you've uploaded for yourself. But we've got 2 choices here. Now, first we're going to go to the customized channel the traditional way, but then we're going to jump over to the YouTube beta edition of YouTube. Okay? Now, for right now, when we click on Customize Channel, here's where I can begin to edit my photo. So click on the pencil icon, upload a photo of myself, browse my computer for that photo. over here at the background image, I'm going to click on the pencil icon and upload my own background image here. Now, I just mentioned earlier, we need to make sure that we have first point of contact information here. Most everybody in this room is probably not a broker, right? I know that you are. Anybody here? Are you a broker owner, or do you hang your license under a broker?
I hang it under.
So you're a broker associate, right?
I'm a broker.
So we have to make sure that if someone looks us up on YouTube, just like on our Facebook business page, that our account can immediately identify us as being a real estate agent for whatever company. So what I would suggest, and I'm just going to hop here to my Facebook business page. Edit your image. Here, get your company logo. If you have your own personalized logo that you've had a marketing designer design for you, have a video editor or a picture editor, merge the two icons together. Okay? From here, the typed words. So I'm going to add in text on those photos. Most photo editors will allow you to apply text to a photo. So the big things you need to add here are your phone number, your email address, your license number, as well as your company's official name. It's great that you'll have the company logo, but you also need to have the printed name of the brokerage. Okay? Have that all in one image. That way, for all your social media websites, you can put that as your background image. For both Facebook business page, for your YouTube channel, for your Twitter account, for your Instagram account, whatever other account that has a background image available to you. That way, when someone looks you up on one of those platforms or does a Google search and accesses one of those platforms, they can immediately identify who you are, like by your team logo, what company you work for, and have everything accessible for them to contact you. Your DRE license is important because you got first point of contact requirements by DRE. Your phone number is important because of DRE, things like that. And of course, obviously, the company name, the official company name. I got to meet with one of the DRE lawyers at our Rexpo, and we talked about this, and I said, hey, for a background image, can we just have the logo? He goes, the logo's okay, but if the logo's not an actual DRE, a DBA with that broker, like as an example, say Jack and Jill Real Estate, that's the DBA, but my logo is JJRE. If that JJRE is not on the DBA, that is not an official company name. So I need to have that text on here with that company name.
Basically, it's your business card.
Basically your business card. All your business card requirements. Except that on the business, well, yeah, actually I can have on my personal logo on the business card too, yeah.
And in that case, you'd have a picture and a background?
Yep, so that'll be my background image. So I have a picture of me, then I have my two images merged together that's got text
Yeah,
on
but
it.
it'll look funny if you have a picture of you and then your business card with a picture of you.
Yeah,
That's gonna look.
I would say don't scan your business card, but the logo information that if you have a graphic designer that can just send you that with that typed text, then great. If not, lots of software out there that you can do that very easily. PowerPoint, Keynote, things like that, where you can insert images next to each other, put in text on an image, and then save it as an image file. Super easy. Yes?
Sorry, can you go back to the DRE in which you're saying like that Tony Tech guy part, so with the DBA?
So, DRE,
Sorry.
that's okay. If you go to dre.ca.gov and you type in, say, first point of contact to look this information up, Here we got the first point of contact regulations. And actually, let's make sure I pull up the right one. Requirements for advertising. Here, this will tell you what is required on first point of contact. So here, what's required for your disclosure. So, contains your team name. Your team name could be your name, comma, Realtor. That's a team name. Or the Bried group, or the Bried team, right? Then I have to have my 8-digit license number on my first point of contact. And if I've got any identifiers, like for my company, my brokerage, gotta have their name there in the same size font as my team name. Right? So you gotta be, you know, I would look at this, and at least if you do your requirements, you've got that. And you may or may not be aware that in social media, that's gotta be on every post. Not just on your channel, not just on your page, but on every post. Our videos are gonna be the same way. But we're gonna be able to easily do that on a video. We have a picture slide with all of that information, either at the beginning, or at the end, or at both. As long as it's somewhere in the video, you're fine. If that video's on my channel and it's somewhere on my channel, good.
How do you add that
Well, to what?
to your video?
It's a picture slide, so I make a picture.
Oh,
and
I
then
see.
in my editing, I'll add that picture
Oh,
somewhere.
I see. Okay, got it.
It can be anywhere though.
It could be anywhere.
Just
But I like it in the beginning and the end, because at the end especially, not only is it gonna have all my information, but all my contact information on how to call me about what we just went over. Right?
Is it smooth when you add a page?
Mhm. Oh yeah, I'll show you today.
Okay, good.
Alright.
All right, back here to YouTube. A couple other things that we're gonna do here at this section. Besides adding in our pictures, go into the About section, write a little bio. Now, how many of you have a bio that sounds something like this? Hi, I love selling real estate. I've been in the business for 17 years. I love working with buyers and sellers. I work in Orange County, LA County, Riverside County. I love showing people homes. Call me today so I can find the perfect home for you.
Oh, I
Anybody
see.
have something like that?
No,
Anybody ever seen that almost every other agent has something like that?
maybe.
So now, does that make them sound unique? No.
No.
So, I want you guys to start thinking about this when you're thinking about doing your intro video today. What is it that's going to be unique about you that someone wants to work with you over? How long you've been in the business is always good, but if you've been in the business for longer than 6 months, how long have you been in California? 4 years.
30 years.
So in 30 years, Tina, where's the best place to eat that you know? Where's the best place to go shopping? Where's the best place to go and drink wine or things like that? Talk about those things.
Oh, okay, got it.
And maybe you throw it in there. Hey, if you ever want to live near these great places, I can help you find a really good deal, hopefully. Give me a call. Make you stand out. What is it about you? Or if you've been in the business only a couple of years, what got you into real estate? You know, I was a former engineer for NASA, and I got bored with just sending up rockets into space, and I thought, you know what? Real estate seems like a really people person business, and I love working with people better than engineers. Talk about those types of things,
Oh,
right? Now all of a sudden what happens? Former engineers might all of a sudden have a reason to call you because they have something to connect with. And how cool is it that you worked at NASA? Let's talk about a couple of things. Why haven't we started colonizing the moon? Why haven't we colonized Mars since the 70s? We can have fun talking about those fun things. And in the process, I'm selling them homes. Okay? So, today, we're going to take about 15-20 minutes in our second hour for you guys to jot down a couple of things before we actually record your intro. Okay? All right. Now, after we've modified these things here, we're going to go back home. And there's one other thing that we're going to do under our channel. And that is to go to the beta studio. Now, eventually, hopefully by the end of this year, this will be the only place where we're going to go to modify things. But the first thing that we're going to do here when we go to the beta section is we're going to go to where it says settings there at the bottom. When we click on settings,
Where do I find that?
so if you went to YouTube Studio Beta,
Okay, I'm on YouTube and
did you go back to your channel?
yes, I just.
So when you went back to your channel, it may look different on an iPad. So are you in your channel now? No. So your channel. Okay, so it doesn't give you the opportunity. Settings. Okay.
But I couldn't find the about, I lost you.
On a tablet, it's going to look different. You may not be able to do what we're trying to do here on your iPad. Okay, so your iPad won't be able to do or edit what we need to do on your YouTube channel on the computer. That's okay. You can sit at that computer over there, log into your Gmail account, and we can follow along. Are you okay? Same problem. Okay. All right, so eventually, when we get back here, when we get to the settings, we're not going to worry about the general of U.S. currency, dollar. That's if you decide you want YouTube to start paying you. And the only way they're going to pay you is if your videos are generating more than 10,000 views.
Oh, really?
Right? The moment your video hits more than 10,000 views, you can all of a sudden start getting income from YouTube. Because now all of a sudden they want to start putting commercials into your video. Okay? Most of us will probably never ever do that, not right away. Okay? Somebody was pushing that the other day at one of my classes. You've got a video that's got almost 15,000 views. You should be getting money from YouTube. I'm not worried about that. Now, if I was looking at gaining income from that source, sure, I'd think about it, but I'm all about just training. Okay? So, first thing that we're going to do here under the general is go under the channel itself. Under the channel itself, under the basic information, we're going to type in keywords. Click in the box here and start writing in certain keywords. Now, these are going to be defaulted tag words that if someone does a search on YouTube or Google, this will now reference my videos. So, instead of typing the same words over and over again, we're going to put in some basic ones. Some of your basic ones are going to be real estate, maybe California because you work here in California. Put in your name. Maybe you even, and as you do this, tab. Type in the word, hit tab. Type in the word, hit tab. Maybe you break up your name to first name, tab, last name, tab. Now, by any chance, does anybody have a name that people commonly misspell or even mispronounce?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, we're going to game the system. Type in those misspellings.
I'm thinking about that right now.
Type in the misspellings of your name. Perfect example. My last name is spelled Bried. I can't tell you how many times people pronounce it as bride.
Yeah.
Because English, I before E except after C, right? At least that's the way it used to be. Can't tell you how many times people spell my name B-R-E-E-D, B-R-I-D-E, B-R-E-D-E-N. And they even call me Beard, B-E-A-R-D, which I don't know how you do that out of Bried, right? By the way, my name is spelled German spelling, or French spelling, German pronunciation.
Oh, good.
That's basically. And it's funny that people from Europe and the Middle East can say my name correctly. Here in the States, it's a shoot, right?
Yeah.
Can't tell you how many times I used to have to correct my teacher when they called out roll call. Yes.
Can you use another language?
You could, but we have to remember that here in the States, most everybody probably won't type different languages, but yeah, sure, go for it. Try it out. I think you have a translation feature for your computer.
Targeting a specific ethnic group.
Well, that we can also add in keywords on the specific video itself. So if there's a specific video that we're uploading, these are the keywords we generally want to hit, but then we can add in more. Right?
Is
So
there-
yes, if you wanted to hit certain ethnic groups or certain things, sure. Type in those either phonetic spellings or turn your keyboard over to whatever that the spelling is. I've seen that happen. I've seen people spell Korean on an English keyboard. It's just by changing certain settings in your Chrome and on your computer.
So this is for general settings, and then for the videos, like say for instance,
So-
our general is this for real estate, but then we do a video on this great restaurant in the area that.
So then these words will always be tagged in, and then I can add in extra words pertaining to that specific video. So like property address and other key features about the home, or that community video and that specific restaurant and their specific items, I can add in more.
Okay.
So think of this as like AdWords, but you don't have to pay for it. This is all free.
And do our videos go to the top because it's YouTube
Yep. And in Google.
and in Google? Okay.
And in Google. So try to type in as many keywords as possible that you can think of generically that you want people, that you also don't want to have to keep typing over and over again, right?
Excuse me,
Next.
why would this rise to the top? Just because it's new?
No, not necessarily.
Then
Videos are always put to the top of the list when it comes to search engine optimization. So how does my video stand out from everybody else's video? Well, if
that's
they're looking
depending
for
on
certain
how many-
specific things, now all of a sudden in those searches, like, oh, find me homes in Orange County,
Right to the right.
right? Maybe I have real estate homes, Orange County. Now all of a sudden, if that search is hitting all my, these words, that will now elevate my video even higher. Because other agents might have forgotten, or other people might have forgotten to put in those keywords
Well,
when they
you could put in
uploaded
a
the
whole
video.
dictionary there.
You could.
Yeah, we're limited.
You could. The idea is I don't have to pay Google AdWords to have words, or pay for words to be chosen to be then elevated to the top of the list.
Okay,
You can
fine.
still do that if you wanted to, but this is free. Now, here is still under the channel. We've also got some advanced settings. Now, what I would suggest, check mark the display the number of people that subscribe to your channel. You want people to subscribe to your YouTube channel. It's almost like getting likes on Facebook business page. Anytime you upload a video onto YouTube, anybody who has subscribed to your channel is automatically sent a notification that you uploaded a new video. So they're automatically notified. Bless you.
Thank you.
Also, you probably want to disable interest-based ads. You probably don't want commercials popping in and out of your videos.
Disable.
So disable them. Especially if you just want other people to stay with you. If you want people to stay with you, you don't want them to be referenced of another agent that might have a commercial, or another lender, or a title, or some other irrelevant company.
Now,
You want
why
them to
why
stay
does
in
that happen if it's not
because
disabled?
Facebook likes revenue, right? It's just like the TV. Why do certain commercials appear during certain times of the day, during certain shows?
I know, but this is if you pass 10,000?
But then all of a sudden now I'm getting revenue, so I wouldn't mind necessarily Facebook throwing.
Okay, so you would
To pay
disable
me.
that till you get to 10,000 and then you can decide?
Yep.
Because they're not gonna pay you or put ads in until you get.
But just
that
remember that if they
threshold.
pay you, you also
Yeah.
have to claim it as income.
Yeah, so what?
Okay, that's good. I like that.
How much generally they pay after 10?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't get paid by them.
You will get paid.
I don't want to get paid. It's okay. I'm not looking to do that. I'm here to help.
How about give me the check?
I'm here to
Pay the
help.
taxes on that.
I'm here to help. I'm here to help. Now, the last thing here under the channel, real quickly, branding. Here you can add a watermark to your video. Basically branding it. This is where you can upload your own personal logo. This is copyrights it. Okay? So instead of having a video editor where you have to manually input that in, you can actually upload one where it's in your video automatically.
What is that?
It's called branding. So you know sometimes when you watch a video, there's a little watermark in the bottom corner. Some people who are putting together videos, their video editing software will allow them to do that. Here, because we like things simple, right? We're not all tech savvy. I just put a picture of my company, or my logo, my personal branded logo that I paid a marketer to make for me. I put that in here. So how we can do this is very simple. I'm going to remove this one just to show you what it looks like. So here, this is what it looks like initially when you first do this. Now we're just going to say, choose an image. Now I'm going to browse my computer for that image. When I find it, I'm going to select it. Now what should happen is that it should upload, and I think that one is,
Doesn't like that one.
doesn't like the ratio. There we go. Now I can say I want this icon to appear at the end of the video, or I can have it at a start in the beginning,
Oh, my
but honestly, you'll want it throughout the entire video.
So it's just streamed.
As the video plays, it's going to be right there in the bottom corner.
So what would that be?
So if someone does try to copy it, try to use it, it's got my branding, so they literally have to do something which is almost impossible to modify that. Yes?
Oh, so it just has to be like a JPEG format, like the logo?
Yeah, and it's got to need its size. But what I would do is I would have my personal, either if I'm really good at graphic designing, I make my own logo, or if I pay my graphic designer, I can actually put my, take that and upload it. Right? So now I don't have to worry about anything. And then of course, obviously, we're going to save it. Okay? Now once we hit save, a couple other nice things here we're also going to do under the settings. Next to channel, we've got our upload defaults. Here under the upload defaults section, a generic title for every one of my videos. I can always add to it. So, the Bried team presents I'm Too Cool for School Real Estate presents, or the real estate team. Then, underneath that, a very basic description. Part of your basic description, I would recommend name of your company, your DRE license, your contact information. What type of videos do you always want to try to catch people's attention to? Websites, like your personal website. For more information, subscribe to my Facebook page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to, put in all that generic stuff, because again, you can always add more to it later when it comes to the specific video. Visibility. It's defaulted to, I think, public, but you can make it private or unlisted. Private means that no one can subscribe to your videos, no one will see your videos, the videos are only there for you. Unlisted, no one can find you. You can still share the video out, but no one will be able to find your videos. The whole idea of video marketing is you want people to find them. So, make it public. Down below, here's another section for you to add in those keywords. So if you forgot to do it in the basic channel settings, you can do it here.
But that's specifically that video that we uploaded, right? Or for everything?
This is for everything. Right now we're just in the settings default. So those words that I added back here in the channel do appear here.
They do.
They do.
Okay. So if you add to this section, then it'll appear.
It'll appear at the top.
So link for it.
So
Because
the
I'm
same-
editing the settings of the channel. Under your advanced settings, let's see here. Let's go back up to the top. Your standard YouTube license, meaning you're not paying YouTube any fees for anything extraordinary. Here, your standard license to upload videos, you agree to their terms. So things like, you
Sorry about that.
that's okay.
I thought I expressed something on my.
Your category. What type of videos do you plan to upload? Are they educational style videos? Are they music? Unfortunately, they do not have a real estate category, right? But when we think about things like this, in our videos, generically, what are we trying to do? Educate people. Educate what's going on in the market, educate what properties are available for them to buy. I usually like to make sure you put in that. Or maybe you're a blogger, so now you do the category of blogging. So now you can talk, rant, rave, have your opinions out there. You can still always change that category per video, but again, generically, what are your videos going to be like? Here, your video language. So sir, the language that is going to be defaulted for your videos, English, Chinese, Korean, Hebrew, Greek, whatever, Arabic, Farsi. So if you speak in Farsi, at least people looking for videos in Farsi, your video will be referenced right away, okay? Caption certification, you don't need to worry about that. Here, under comments, one thing you want to make sure, hold any potentially inappropriate comments for your review. So if someone, unfortunately with the computers today and social media today, there are people that just love making a living for themselves, making other people feel miserable. And we'll say some of the most heinous things out there. Here, I would, instead of keeping it at allow everyone to comment and allow all comments to be viewed, hold some potentially inappropriate comments. So if they're dropping F-bombs and curse language and inappropriate language, you can at least get rid of it. You can mark it and say this person is being rude. Now YouTube can go after them and say you are going to get suspended for these types of comments. Okay? Even if, because there are people out there that just love to argue just to argue.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the sky is green, it is not blue, you are totally wrong. You're full of it, you don't know what you're talking about, right?
The earth is flat. The earth is flat.
Yeah, the earth is flat. Well, we won't go into that. But it's those types of things, right? People love to argue. There are people that just love being mean and cruel and inappropriate. We want to block that. We want a chance to see it before it goes on the video, okay? That way we can say, nope. Or, you know what, I don't want anybody commenting at all. But remember, we're talking about wanting to engage, okay? Yes?
Does this have the option of having the translations?
It can.
Subtitles.
So for subtitles.
Yeah.
So I could say translate and then, but I'll have to write the subtitles, or I can use programs to make the subtitles in other languages. So maybe you script out your video, and things like Word, you can highlight the text and say translate and translate it all into a different language. Now I can take that and put it as part of my subtitles if I want to. Or in an upload of a video, I can allow other people to write subtitles for me in their own languages.
Oh, that's good.
But you might want to be careful, because if I don't speak that language, how do I know what they're writing? Right? So that's something that you may or may not want to do, but it's a choice. Yeah?
Okay, now hold potentially inappropriate, so who's deciding?
You. You're setting a notification somebody has made a comment, but it's not posted until you approve it.
Well, wouldn't that be the third option, hold all comments for review?
You could do that too. But what I'm allowing the system to do is to look for anything potentially adult-oriented, commented
Okay,
for
so
me
do you
rather
have to,
than
do you
me
have to
review.
specify what's offensive?
Nope. What's offensive to you, it would
It's
be
not necessarily offensive to you.
exactly. but it's your video. So if someone makes a comment that's heavy in curse words and they say inappropriate things like sexually harassive things or discriminatory things, right? Would you want that comment to be on your
No,
video?
obviously not, but I think hold for all
You can do
comments
that
for
too, if
review.
you wanna hold
It's
all the
probably-
comments.
That way you can edit, like any bad
Sure.
stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, you know, it's your video, you don't have.
But if someone goes, you know what, I disagree because of this, and it's not so bad, do you wanna necessarily review it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
That's good.
Then,
I do.
for you, choose option 3. I like this option, I personally am an option 2 person because I can take constructive criticism, just like, you know what, if anybody likes it and says, hey, this is a good video, I don't need to review that.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you wanna review what people are criticizing or what, you know, before you post it. I don't want to.
There's nothing wrong with either one of these two. It's a personal choice. Yes, ma'am.
So you said under channel, you can put in for your tags, and it'll automatically go into the section of uploaded defaults, the tags, or you put them in there also?
No, it automatically puts it in there.
Didn't do it.
It's the
It
same.
should. It'll do it, trust
Save
me.
it, save
Trust
it.
me.
Yeah.
Did you save your information? Okay. It'll do it.
Give it a minute,
Okay.
15 minutes.
Give it- yes.
I'll let you know at the end of class.
Are we limited on keywords?
Nope, you're not. So bring out the dictionary, as this young lady said, and start writing in everything that you can possibly think of. I would say make it appropriate, because the last thing you want is somebody who's looking for, you know, knitting videos. You don't want to necessarily try to sell them a house unless you're into knitting, right? But you kind of get my meaning on that. You want people who are looking for certain specific things, or, you know, or relative to what you're trying to do, okay? Let's see here. Community, you won't necessarily need to do anything here. Your other settings, under advanced, you can do the disable interest-based ads here. You can add in your AdWords account. So if you are paying Google AdWords, you can merge your AdWords account with your YouTube channel. So now your AdWords are even doubly being used or triply being used. Your associated website, so your personal website, www.iamtoocoolforrealestate.com, right? Or ilovesellingrealestate.com. Channel recommendations, allow my channel to appear in other people's challenge or in their videos as a recommendation. If you've ever watched a video on YouTube, usually at the end of the video, there are suggested videos that appear.
Yeah.
Have your video being suggested.
Oh, that's good.
So even if they didn't choose that video right initially, if there's a video that's related to it, they can now see it, click on it, watch it. Yes?
When you go into this page, are both circles blank or are the ones that you entered the default?
It'll be defaulted to do not allow and do not allow.
Okay.
So I want to change these. So here I want to allow it. Here I want to display the number of people subscribed, but I don't want to not display.
So they do
the
have a
number.
default.
Yeah, I want to show that I'm becoming popular under my subscription, so display the number of people that actually subscribe. Just like I want my video to be seen in other people's videos,
Oh, okay.
right? So at the end of their video, again, remember that Facebook loop where the next video comes up and the next video comes up and they're kind of all similarly related? Kind of the same thing. Here it's just a choice. Here are 6 other choices that you can choose from at the end of this video that are pretty much related to what they just watched. Now they can pick and choose. Whereas Facebook, there is no choice. It's one right after the next, right after the next. Yes? Yes?
I click on the advanced settings, or the last one, and then it has a box of something else, so I guess I'm clicking on that advanced setting to get to this?
When you clicked on advanced settings,
Or
Did
other
the
settings
window
at
open up?
first? Yeah,
Mhm.
it just gave a separate box, so I didn't know if I was to click on that or not.
let's see
There's
here,
a
let's go
pop-up.
back. So, when you were here and you clicked on other settings,
Yeah, it comes up with that little box.
and then you clicked on advanced,
Got it.
Windows should have opened up, and now we go through some advanced settings here. Here we've got the keywords that should be referenced. Here we've got our information. And again, we hit save. Now, once we do all this, we're now ready to upload a video. Let's see here. So now we're ready to upload a video to our channel. So we go back into our channel, we can go to the beta version or even the standard version. Now we want to upload a video onto our YouTube. How do we do this? Over in the top right corner, again, you're going to see a camera with a plus icon.
Oh, yeah.
So here, create a video or post. We're going to click on that. Now we're going to be given several choices. Now for now, we're going to upload or ignore the upload video beta. We're going to just click on either upload a video or we can go live. Now by the way, go live works and functions exactly like Facebook Live. As a matter of fact, YouTube Live was out a year to almost 2 years before Facebook Live came out. Just Facebook Live just became popular because Facebook funneled a lot of money in their advertisements. I don't know why Google didn't. But if you have made a video and it's on your computer, just simply click on upload video. Now we're going to get a little window where we can now just simply find a video on our computer, and we'll just find one super quick here. Desktop.
I'm sorry, upload video or the one with the beta?
Upload video, not the beta. So here I can now find a video that I've created. Click on it, hold it, drag it over to that arrow on the website, let go. Now you're going to see here that the video is being uploaded. Now as the video is being uploaded, I'm going to do a couple of things. One, I'm going to add to my title. You'll notice here that the title is defaulted based on my setting defaults. So I'm going to click in the box and I'm going to add to my title. Now by the way, you can't be wordy here. So you want it short, sweet, simple, and to the point. What is this video all about? So, the Bried team presents 123 Main Street. The Bried group presents a hideaway restaurant just around the corner. Something short and sweet, okay? So click in the box, write in what your title is. Down below, your description of the video. There, we'll have some of your defaults, like your website and stuff. Click in the box and type in what this video is all about. Video tour of 123 Main Street, this lovely 2-bedroom, 2-bath, end of a cul-de-sac, 1,100 square foot home is great for people who are looking for starter homes. Or maybe this is a great home for someone who is just downsizing because you're now a new empty nester. Type in anything that's relevant. Type in some of the key things that you're talking about in the video. Okay? Down below this are keywords. Notice the keywords are automatically here based on our settings. But now I need to type in the specifics. So click in the box and now begin to type and tab the specifics of this video. The things I want people to find about this home. So, address, restaurant name, maybe the person I interviewed, their name, things like that. Also some other key features about the house. Wine cellar, child closet, child basement, mother-in-law and father-in-law, bathroom area, whatever. Put all that fun stuff in. Okay? Next to the keywords. Is this video going to be listed or public? Or, somebody had mentioned earlier, you're too busy, right? This is a lot of work. I know that the video, you know, the home's not going on the market until tomorrow. That's when I want all my marketing to be presented along with my video. Hey, guess what? Click on the public arrow, and now I can choose schedule. I can schedule a date and a time for when this video is to go out and be able to be found to the world. Yes?
Couldn't you also put it on private if you wanna go back and edit it
Sure.
and work on it?
You can do that too. Nobody else will
And
see
then-
it other than me.
Yeah.
Just like unlisted, unless they're a subscriber of my channel, they won't find this video.
But private's even better if you're still working on it.
If you're still working on it. But if you're still working on it, you're probably not gonna upload it here.
What do you mean?
So if you're still in the video editing phase,
Mhm.
you're not gonna upload it until it's ready to be
Okay,
sent out.
okay, you can't do that kind of editing.
Not anymore.
But at
They
least you
used
can
to.
look at it and say,
You
I
can
have
do
to do
some
another
minor
video.
things. You can do some minor things,
Mhm.
but you can't go, oh, you know what, I don't like this, and,
Yeah, you have to
and I
do it
wanna
over.
splice it out. That's where the video editor comes
okay.
in. Okay? But this is a new feature that came out March or May of this year, where you can now schedule your posting. Okay? Let's see here. Translations. Somebody had asked about translations. Under the translation section, original language to English, but now I can select another language by picking from the language library of how I want this video to be translated into or transcribed.
What do you mean transcribe? What's the difference?
Transcribed is subtitling.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so you could do it in like any language?
Mhm.
Oh.
Here we go. Let's add a new language.
Yes, they have one too or no?
Select, and then just type in what language: Spanish, Hebrew, Greek, Italian.
And it'll show up as subtitles.
If someone puts in the subtitles, yes, that will allow for those subtitles to be uploaded
In that language.
in that language.
Does it have Vietnamese?
Other than that, it's going to be defaulted to English. If they have audio that will allow audio translations, then we can add in other audio.
Okay.
Yes.
So is this like, say for instance, I'm saying, this is a great restaurant that I recommend, yada, yada, yada. Will it translate my words?
It should. It should. So if I select the other languages, see how it says here, enter the translated title? So I have to now put it in that translated language.
I mean, but do I have to?
So what
type in
happens
what
is
I'm
when I personally put this stuff in, when the video plays, the person there'll be a little icon in the video that says translate. So, oh, they speak Italian. Now they can look at the Italian title and the Italian description and the Italian transcription or subtitling that I put
Do I have
in.
to add my own transcription in there?
Yes.
I have to type.
That, or there is I think under the advanced,
Oh, it's
oops, no, it's not under the advanced. After I upload it, it's called transcribe, where I can put in my own subtitles. So I can do the English subtitles, I can upload, or I can add the public write in their own subtitles of the video. Which again, if I don't speak that language, I may not want someone else to write the subtitling. Or I write out the entire subtitle myself in Word, and then in Word hit translate it to whatever language, and then upload it.
I would still have someone speaking that language go over it.
I would
Because
too.
English is very nuanced.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then of course I've got to then auto sync it, or somehow sync it,
Yeah.
so that it matches up. Because I don't know about you guys, have anybody ever read a subtitled
Yeah.
movie where the person already speaks, but the
Yeah.
subtitle happens 5-10 seconds later?
Yeah.
Or
So
the subtitles happen 5 to 10 seconds before,
Yeah.
and then you kind of go, what do they say? What's going on?
It's weird to watch.
Right? So that will take some time, but you can do that. Now that's obviously going to take a lot longer to do, but you can do it. You're not going to be limited, which is kind of cool.
Now, there's not an automatic reader.
There are
That,
programs out there on the web that will allow you to do that. But they charge you like $1 a minute, or $1, yeah, $1 a minute. Which if your video's
So
like.
they would speak they would translate your words?
Yep, so they'll listen to the audio and it will auto-translate.
Okay, so it has to be done manually,
Has to
one
be
way or
done
another,
manually.
there's no. Okay.
I'm either paying somebody to do it or paying some
Okay,
program to do
but
it.
it's
or
a
I'm doing
human
it
function,
myself.
it's not a, okay.
And somehow I've been able to get YouTube to do it every once in a while, but I can't keep it's for some reason it's inconsistent. Like for the shorter videos, like my 2 or 3 minute, it'll do it just fine, but my longer ones, it won't do it. It just seems to take forever. So just depends on your video length sometimes which we'll talk about.
Speaking about video lengths, what's optimal?
About no longer than 3 minutes, depending on the topic and where you're recording the video. So, yeah, generally about 2 to 3 minutes. All right, under your advanced settings here, real quickly, a lot of times you're not going to change any of this per se, but anybody familiar with Matterport or 360-degree virtual tours, right? Well, YouTube, in the recent years, allows for you to upload those types of videos. So here we can do little check boxes to all of a sudden enable the 3D tour, where now they can click on an icon and now their phone or those 3D goggles will now move around the video as the video plays or functions. So if I have a Matterport tour that I created myself, I can now take that video, upload it into YouTube, and now somebody uses the goggles or their phone, they can now point or aim a little green dot to the circle and start to move around the house and look around the house. Some cameras nowadays do a full 360-degree video as they're walking through. So now you don't have to look at the agent while looking at the house. You can now, while the agent's talking about the house, you can look around the house freely. So it's almost like you're there.
What is that called?
Matterport,
Matterport.
Matterport, and any other camera that does 360-degree video. Some are affordable, like $200 or $300. Others are a little bit more
Thousands.
expensive.
Thousands.
Like the Matterport camera is about $4,500, and then you have to pay a subscription of about $500 a year, right? Or you can go out there and get a camera like, what is it called, the Theta Z1 360-degree camera. It's about $1,100,
Wow.
but takes beautiful video, and that can be used in Matterport. It's amazing what people are doing with videos nowadays. And I'll show you an example near the end of the class
Yes.
of these types of tours that agents are doing today.
And you said the Theta Z1 is like a really good one at
Mhm.
a good price.
About $1,100
Okay.
from what I've seen.
But
So,
it's
but
good
there are
quality.
a lot. You can go to Best Buy. You can find them all everywhere.
Hey, babe.
No, this one is about.
We'll Google it later.
Mine's over
It's
here.
it's about the size of my phone. Well, that's not the Theta, but
Like about that size or
that's how big it is.
something. Oh,
Wow.
That's,
So I can stick it on a tripod, or I can walk around with it.
is that the
And
camera?
that's the camera.
Wow.
And this, how much is it, Tony?
$1,100. I priced it. I was fortunate enough to be at a conference this year, and I won it. So.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, you don't clap for me. I haven't used it yet. So I've had it for 3 months and I have yet to use it. Gotta charge it.
I want
But
this.
honestly, you can look at cameras like this, but this is more advanced tools that we'll talk about. But those are things you want to start thinking about eventually. Right now, we just need to get you out of the gate, right? I don't want to put you at the finish line just yet. You need to get out of the gate to get to the finish line. Yes, ma'am.
When you do live streaming,
Uh-huh.
is it also recorded so that
Yep.
you can do it again?
So that's
you
why
can
I'm doing
show
the live
later?
stream today, and hopefully my camera hasn't died because of the
No.
battery. It's still recording, good. So
Oh,
we're
you know
basically
it does.
recording everything today. So that way when I download it from my Facebook, I'll also put it to my YouTube channel. I'll be able to do some minor edits because the way I can download it from Facebook as a editable video file. I'll put in my front screen, I'll put in my back screen, I'll take out some of the ums and ahs and maybe quiet time that we might experience to make your guys a little bit more efficient. But I like the raw stuff because we can hear all the questions that everybody's asked and how our answers are, and try out all the tools that we're trying to do today. Yes, ma'am.
So you're using this voice to create the video that you're going to be posting on YouTube of this class.
So I'm using Facebook Live. So my Facebookites are seeing our videos. So if they weren't able to make it to our class today, they are at least able to watch us. Now, when I stop it, I'll post it, which now, if they didn't get a chance to tune in live, they can watch the video later on. But then I can go into Facebook on my computer, download that video, do whatever editing through whatever editing software, and then I can re-upload it to, say, YouTube, so that all my YouTubeites will see the class, which is great for anybody else who's not friends with me on Facebook.
What about Twitter? Is there?
Twitter, you can put the link, but not necessarily the entire video file. So the link you could, to reference it back to your YouTube channel, which is fine. You just have to remember that you're limited to the character width. You can probably even do that to Instagram. Instagram will allow you to upload a link or a video as well. So you could do that. I think YouTube or Instagram also has a Instagram Live called IGTV, Instagram TV.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Why are you streaming to
Facebook?
Facebook instead of Google?
Because
or
Facebook
any
has
other?
over 2 billion
Users.
members, and I'm not an Instagram person, so I don't have an Instagram account. So just force a habit.
And the YouTube channel is really easy to share. It gives you all the icons. You can share to Tumblr too. So that's how I post to Twitter. I just hit the Twitter icon. I let YouTube do it for me.
We just start getting our fingers out there and start just post. It takes us less than 10 minutes. Yes, sir.
So the voice quality of this iPhone is good enough for YouTube?
This is a 4K camera
I mean,
on
the
my
voice,
iPhone.
The voice, the microphone.
Yeah.
It's good enough for this
Yeah.
distance? Wow.
Well, especially with the newer phones with 4 microphone ports that it's got, or the 2, whatever they've got nowadays, front, back, whatever, it does pick up fairly, pretty good quality. Obviously, wired or the Bluetooth headset is always better because it's a direct audio link into the video. But for the classroom, that's why I like to speak very loud. Hopefully you all will hear me, right? Anybody here having a problem hearing me?
No.
Right? You're probably like, God, I wish you wouldn't speak so loud.
No, it's
Normal.
Perfect, good. My wife, on the other hand, hey, use your inside voice. I am. Well, okay, you need to drop it a couple extra notches, right? It's because I lecture all the time. So it's nice to be reminded that, I don't have to project all the time, right? But you guys will do that too. You guys will do that too. If you feel like you have a mousy voice or whatever, as you begin to do this and you start to talk about things more and more and start to say things with a lot more confidence, you'll be amazed at how easy you start to project your voice.
So you're using 4K. How about 1080? Is it good enough?
Yeah, that's perfect enough.
1080 is good enough for
Yeah.
creators.
Bad enough that people see my pores and my gray hairs and everything on my video. Wait till 8K comes out.
yeah.
Right? All right. So that's some basic stuff here about YouTube. Let's see here. Do I have any other charts or anything? Let's see. So after we set up our channel, details, we'll talk about analytics a little bit later today. So you want to track analytics. Those are things of how well your videos are doing. Why these are important is that if you notice that certain videos are doing better than others, this is where all of a sudden you start to do more videos like that type of video. So in a way, we all of a sudden become TV stations. Like TV stations put out certain types of TV shows, and based on how good or how many views those TV shows get, they'll start producing more shows like that and take away the ones that aren't. We're kind of the same way. We could do 1,000 videos, but not all 1,000 are going to get more than 500 hits or 200 hits. Some will have, a couple of thousand. Others will only have less than 20. Do you keep doing the ones that do the same types that only 20 views hit? No.
No.
You'll start to do the ones that get more hits. Now, this doesn't happen right away. This does take time. Just because you do one video doesn't mean that you're right out of the gate off to the races, okay? Yes, sir.
So to make it easy, did you say you don't have to be a subscriber to your channel to get these videos, right? Or do you have?
Correct. No, you don't.
So is it best to just
It's because I put it
label it
public.
by the street, and let's say it's a home for sale or whatever.
Mhm.
So how do you label it to make it
Public.
easy? Under public, and then do you title it like the property address?
The Bried Group presents 123 Main Street, Irvine, California, or
So
Huntington
you can
Beach,
just
or
say,
Fountain
hey,
Valley.
if you, or write it on the back of your card, and that way people that don't, because there's a lot of people that get all freaked out about trying to go in there that are, especially older ones that don't even really use YouTube, and it just makes
Right.
it simple.
Yeah.
So they can just go into the title and put 123
Main Street, right? And because it should come up, especially if I have it in my keywords. Because how many 123 Main Street videos might have been done by me and other agents? I want my video to be seen, so add it as one of your keywords. Add in some of the key features that they may be looking for, right? And remember, we're not just talking about the older generation. This is also the younger generation. The younger generation are probably going to look for things in homes or in communities that we sometimes take for granted. So this is where we need to have those attention to details of knowing our communities, knowing these neighborhoods, knowing what's in this house or our homes that we're listing that we want to showcase. We want to talk about those things. That way when someone writes it in a Google search or a YouTube search, my video will always come to the top of the list. Especially when I say on every one of my videos, subscribe to my channel today, contact me here. Again, thank you very much for coming by. This is Anthony with the Bried Group. They type in Anthony, all of a sudden they'll see a list of all my videos. They'll see my channel. They'll do everything that we want them to do. And if they subscribe, hey, any future videos, maybe the house or two that I currently listed doesn't meet their criteria. But they liked the way I made the video. They want to pay attention to see if I have anything else down the road. They will subscribe.
So that would be a way to get them in and then hit subscribe.
And then, exactly. Just always subscribe. Subscribe today. Doesn't take but a click. They can unsubscribe at any time. Right? It's up to them. You're not trying to sell them on anything, really.
Okay, in the
You are, but
Of course you are.
yes, I'm sorry.
In the analytics, you're gonna get how many,
How many videos? We'll
Unique-
go over that in
unique
class 3
viewers?
today. How many each video is being viewed, how often, when, everything.
okay, but is there also an aggregate of all of the videos, like a tally of all the
Mhm.
videos of unique, viewers
Yeah,
and repeat viewers?
yeah.
Great.
Well, and maybe not repeat, but definitely, let's go
Can you
back
see
here.
who it is? Can you identify the viewer?
No, No.
That's what I was gonna ask.
but here, my channel analytics over the past 28 days, I have 290 subscribers. So 19 new people have subscribed to my channel. In the last 28 days, people have watched more than 14,000 minutes of my videos, for more than 1,000, even though it's dropped 2%, 8% from the last 28 days or the previous, right? We're gonna be able to look at those things. Here we go, we've got ranking by views, 2 out of 10. We've got all these crazy analytics, and we haven't even gone to the analytics button. Because I can look at the videos, I can see where they're, I used to be able to see what countries. Nowadays, I can't see the other countries, but I see that here in the United States, only 85% of my views come from within the United States. The other 15% are in other countries outside of the US.
Google Analytics will break that down for you.
Google Analytics will break it down, but they kind of took that away from YouTube. It was always crazy to see like 1 or 2% in Sweden,
Yeah.
in the Philippines,
Like,
and in China, and in, I think, Guam. Who in Guam wants to know how to learn how to use zip forms here in California? So it was very unique. I also get to see how many of my videos are viewed by suggested or actual searches or things like that. So it's really interesting to see how my videos are being found to be watched by people. Because a lot of people go, oh, you must have suggested it to a lot of agents. Only to the agents that attend my classes. I don't think I've had 15,000 agents in ZipForm or in my ZipForms class in the past year. It may seem like it, but you know, it's by word of mouth, by being seen, things like that. Okay?
And it's good to share that. Like, we share that with our sellers. Because they say, I saw your open house, I know you put a sign up, what else do you do? Well, every week we tell them, how many likes on Facebook? So for your listing, I can tell you, your Facebook, our Google page, our YouTube channel, and they not just Redfin and Zillow. So I give them a whole aggregate, and it's like, you know, you add it all up, it's like 4,000 people have looked at your listing.
And I
That's
have
because of what
300
I'm doing for you.
subscribers who are out there wanting to know about what I'm offering as an agent, what is going on in the community, and of course, what properties are up for sale. So when your home gets you know, when I do a video of your property, at least 300 people will know about your home being for sale. On top of the 1.9 billion people out there that are looking for this home, if they are looking for it. So we have a whole marketing strategy. It's one of the extra things I do as a customer service to you, my client. Okay? All right, anybody ready to make a video today? No one's ready, right? Okay. Why don't we take 5 minutes out? I want you guys to jot down some things to basically say in an intro video about you. You don't have to post it, but I want you to use your phone today, and you're going to hit the camera icon or that camera app. You're going to record yourself, and you're going to talk about yourself. So think about this as your bio. So I had mentioned earlier that in our bios, we want to make ourselves stand out. We've been in the business for 30 years. We've been in the business for 4 or 2. Talk about yourself. What got you to this point? What do you do to specialize in the business, and what should clients expect from you when they work with you? So as we talked about the other day, you know the CM hotspots and things like that. You know what about California?
Yeah, I know.
What
about it.
specifically do you like that people should know about when they live in communities that you're in?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
What's the best restaurant, in your opinion?
Okay.
I'm asking.
Oh.
Don't tell me okay. That's
oh,
great.
I thought you wanted me
asking
to
you.
tell me. Yeah.
I need some feedback from you. So, what restaurant, in your opinion, is best here in Orange County? What's the best restaurant that anybody can ever go to here in Orange County?
No, I didn't think of that, so I'm sorry.
Tina, you know, you've been here for 30 years, right?
Yeah, but some restaurants I like.
Okay, so what, out of all those restaurants that you like, which one is your most favorite that people must go to?
Oh, I like Capitol Grill.
Why?
Oh.
Because they have the food are delicious.
What's the best thing on that menu?
Oh, I like salmon, so my salmon is my best.
So what's their salmon choice? How many salmon dishes do they have? 5 or 1?
No, just a few.
Okay, so out of the few, which is the one that you always go to? That's at this restaurant that nobody else in the entire Orange County ever serves.
I've been eating a lot, so I don't remember exactly.
You've been eating it a lot. Okay. But you see what I'm trying to get out of her, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
So I know we're the best place to get the best salmon in all of Orange County, and it's at this restaurant because they serve it this way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about those types of things. Tina, what else do you like to do in Orange County? What's something entertaining that's in Orange County that people have to do if they live in Orange County?
Well, I like to go to Performing Arts Center to watch, shows.
So what's the newest show that's coming up?
Well, next year, March 20th, I like Dancing with the Stars, so they will have March 20th, Dancing with the
So
Star.
who's your star that's going to be there that you want to go and see?
I did not read into it. I just saw
Okay.
it.
Well, that's okay. So you like watching Dancing with the Stars. Okay. So everybody, take 5 minutes and start writing down your script.
Okay.
So that way we can at least video. I'm not going to torture you and make you post it to your YouTube today. But you are going to at least have a video of yourself so that you can look at it and maybe re-record it later to post. But again, the whole idea behind this is to get you out of your comfort zone. Okay? And of course, we're getting everybody here on camera, and we're just going to pan a little bit. And then everybody's going to have fun videoing themselves. And we're going to go over some interesting video techniques, hopefully, when they do record here in about 3.5 minutes. So I hope everybody in Facebook land enjoyed today. We had some very interesting questions so far. I look forward to class 2, just like everybody else. Do you have your script all written up, young lady?
I have a note draft.
Excellent. Do you want to record right now? Do you have your phone?
I do.
Excellent. See, here's my first victim of the day. This is awesome. This is my first class where I didn't have to fight with somebody to record one video. Okay. So we're going to do a couple of things when we come to record the video. Ready? So you're going to hold your phone sideways. You're going to have the camera off to your left-hand side, like this when you open it up, or when you go to the camera app. Okay?
Is that a tripod that goes all the way down, or like
Mm-hmm.
not a tripod? Oh,
Yep,
okay.
it's a tripod. It'll extend all the way down to the floor.
And you can go.
I can adjust it up, down, sideways.
So tiny.
So you're going to have the camera pointed at yourself. So let's see here. Where's your reverse? We're not going to have it far, but we're going to reverse
No,
the
I
camera.
want it far.
Okay.
Go. Back.
Now, I wonder why it did that. Oh, well, that shouldn't have. Let's see what. Oh, okay. I see. That's just the camera.
First one. We'll learn from it.
All right. So now we're going to go to your video instead.
It's lightweight too.
All right. So it looks like that's what it did. Okay. See, we're having fun with someone's camera. All right. So ideally, never have your camera pointed down below. A lot of us, when we are doing selfie videos, I see a lot of this where the camera's down here, and you're either looking down or you look like your eyes are shut, right? But most importantly, what is it that we see when we are having the camera below? All this, right? I know a lot of us are a little self-conscious about the double, in my case, triple chin, or even worse yet, heaven forbid, we've got something in the belfry, right? So ideally, when we're doing our video cameras, we should have something stable like a tripod where we can sit it down and have it either at eye level or just above eye level. If we have it eye level, we're good, or if we are just a little bit above. I know a lot of people, when they do selfies, they do it way up here. No one wants to see the top of your head, right? Have it come down below. Now, when we're down below, one thing that we want to avoid, don't look at your screen. Look at your camera. When it's like this, right, the camera is always going to be off towards the left. Look at your camera. It's all about looking at someone. Now, I know what makes a lot of people nervous when it comes to camera work, and I'm going to put you guys down here. And we're going to point over here. When we make people, or what was I saying about nervousness? When you're looking at your camera, you want to look at, or when people are record, they get nervous, right? It's because you start looking at the screen, you start seeing yourself, you start becoming self-conscious because it feels like you're looking at a mirror, and it's hard to talk to yourself. When we look at a camera, don't think that you're talking to an audience, think that you're talking to a person.
Oh, okay.
So think that when you're looking at this camera, you are talking with me, your client, right here, right in front of you. So when you're there at that listing appointment, how do you speak to that person?
Yeah.
When you're out of property, how do you speak to a person going through that house? I'm sorry. We haven't started recording yet. But that's honestly what we have to think about. And maybe this will help you get over that hump of, oh my gosh, I'm nervous about talking to people. right? It's not like the old saying that people used to say, well, imagine when you're speaking in front of an audience that everybody's unclothed. And if they're unclothed, that should make you feel good, right? No, not necessarily, because there are some people that you probably don't want to imagine that. Right? Well, we don't want to imagine our audience that way. But what we want to think about is that person that we're trying to connect with and that we want to bond with. I keep hearing snapshots. I'm not touching anything, I don't think.
It's a phantom.
That's the phantom. We don't want to necessarily think about us talking to an entire audience. We want to think about, I'm going to put your phone down. I know I'm taking like
spooked.
15 shots. We just want to think about that we're talking and bonding and trying to reach out. When we look at that camera, we're making eye contact. When we make eye contact with people, we connect with them. Right? And that's a big thing with people, right? We all of a sudden start to gain an emotional connection. That's why eye contact is so big. We look at each other, we think about each other, looking at each other, we can see the emotion, or we can imagine the emotions that they're going through to be able to relate and connect with. So in this way, when we're looking at that camera, I want to think that I'm talking to the person right across from me. Okay? All right. So, you want me to hold this for you? So we're going to put the camera here. We're pointed right at you. We're now going to hit your video.
Back up.
Back up a little bit. See, I barely touch your phone and it's snapping off shots. I swear to God, I'm not taking pictures.
Okay, well, there's a lot of ceiling.
Okay, there we go. How's that?
Yeah, okay, now where's the camera?
Well, there you go.
Hi, my name is Shelley Gornstein, and I am a broker and owner and director of Remerge Transaction Coordinators. I've been in real estate since about 1985, where I started as a real estate agent. And in the year 2000, I opened up Remerge Transaction Coordinators as I saw the accumulation of disclosures and paperwork and everything going into a transaction. So when we opened our doors in the year 2000, we were the first online outsourced transaction coordination company serving all of California. I hope you'll take a look at our website and forthcoming videos for more explanation, and we look forward to serving you. Thank you.
Smile. There we go.
Awesome.
Excellent.
That was really
Now
good.
you're
Very
hired.
good.
Now she did her video.
Yeah, she did good.
Was that hard?
Yeah.
That's awesome. You did that really well. I'm really proud of you. That's awesome. You said a lot of really good things. The only 2 pointers: always start your videos with a smile. Always end it with a smile. Right? You know, but we all will do the same thing. We'll all stare at the camera. I don't think you breathed once, did you?
I don't know.
Exactly.
You did well.
Right? We all do that in the beginning. So, who's next?
I just
Who
have
wants
a
to go
question.
next?
Can I ask a question?
Sure, you can ask.
So what happens if like,
And by the way, I'm going to turn off the Facebook Live because, hey guys, we're now going to go around the class and we're going to now going to take the focus over here. So everybody's going to be doing their videos. So thank you all very much. Wave everybody. Woo! All right, sir. What's your question, real quick?
so let's